Okay, we're going to solve a few problems about scale drawings. The first problem gives us the drawing that you can see here, drawing of a trampoline. There is the scale that shows every 1 inch on the drawing represents 3 feet on the actual trampoline. The drawing shows a 2 by 4 rectangular trampoline. And the questions ask for what's the scale factor from the drawing to the trampoline, what's the length and the width of the actual trampoline. So here I have the drawing. So again, this is the drawing. So every 1 inch represents 3 feet on the actual trampoline. So my scale factor is 3 because every 1 inch represents 3 feet. Now I want to try to find the length and the width. So I'm going to create a table of values. I'm going to label this side inches and this side feet. And I'm going to use this scale. 1 inch equals 3 feet. However, the drawing shows 2 inches. So because it's 2 inches, I'm going to put that under inches. 2 inches here, and I want to find the real trampoline, the size of the width of the real trampoline. I know that 1 times 2 gives me 2. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply 3 by 2 and get 6 feet. So the answer for the width of the trampoline, the real trampoline, is 6 feet. Now I'm going to go ahead and find the length of the real trampoline the same way. I'm going to draw a table of values and show inches on one side and feet on one side. Again, I'm going to put 1 inch representing 3 feet. This is coming from the scale that they gave me in the problem. The drawing shows 4 inches, and I'm going to put that under my inches column. And I can do 1 times 4 to get 4, so I'm going to go ahead and do 3 times 4 to get me 12 feet. Again, this is feet, this is also feet. So the answer would be 12 feet, the length of the actual trampoline. Now my next problem gives me a map. There is a parking lot. There is a ranger tower 3 centimeters away. There is a waterfall 6 centimeters away. And there is a picnic area 9 centimeters away. However, the scale shows that 3 centimeters represents 1.5 kilometers. So I want to find the scale factor and some of the actual measurements. I have my drawing here on my whiteboard. So here is the information that's provided for me. 3 centimeters represents 1.5 kilometers. So just for reference, 1.5 kilometers is probably going to take you about 30 minutes to walk. But that's only 3 centimeters, which is the size about this much on the map. So I'm going to go ahead and find 1 centimeter representing how much, so that will give me the scale factor. So I know that 3 divided by 3 is 1. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1.5 divided by 3, which is going to give me 0.5. So my scale factor is 0.5 or 1/2. You can put either one of these numbers since they are the same thing. Now my question is asking, what is the actual length of the waterfall trail? We know 6 centimeters is about a small distance, about twice as much as this. So that's not the real distance. We're going to find the real distance. I'm going to create a table of values. One side I will label centimeter and the other side I will label kilometer. This is the drawing. This one is the real distance. I can use the 3 and the 1.5 here. I can also use the simplified version of 1 centimeter representing 1/2 kilometer. 1.5. So again, if you do the math correctly, you can use either one. I'm just choosing to use the simplified version because I know it will probably be easier and smaller numbers. So when I look at my map, it shows that the waterfall trail is 6 centimeters. So I'm going to put that in the centimeter column. 6 centimeters and I'm going to find how many kilometers in real life. This is 1 times 6. So I'm going to go ahead and do 0.5 times 6, which is going to give me 3 kilometers. So the actual distance is 3 kilometers for the waterfall trail. The next question is asking what is the actual distance from the parking lot to the picnic area. So from parking lot to picnic area, which is 9 centimeters in the drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and create a table again and label centimeter and kilometer one side. Again, I can use the 1 and 0.5, which is what I choose to use because it is simplified. But you could also use the 3 centimeter and 1.5 kilometer. And if you do the math correctly, it will give you the same answer. 9 centimeter is the drawing from the parking lot to picnic area. And I'm going to put that here because it's a centimeter, and I'm going to do times 9 on this side. So this side is going to be also times 9, which is 4.5 kilometer. So that is the actual distance from the parking lot to the picnic area. Now the last question, which is a 2-part, it's giving you this map, or this scale drawing basically, not a map, really just a scale drawing. This is a Ranger Tower. This is the actual one that you can see the picture of it. It's 15 feet wide and 60 feet tall. So it's pretty tall. The drawing of it is right next to it. It says scale drawing. And they give me a little scale. It says every 2 inches represents 10 feet. So I know that every 1 inch would represent 5 feet. If I divide both of these numbers by 2, I will get 1 inch representing 5 feet. That's my scale factor. So my scale factor is 5. If the question asks for a scale factor, the answer is going to be 5. Now I'm going to solve the other parts of this problem. One of the parts is asking, what is the height of the tower from the ground to the base of the cabin on the drawing? Because we have the real measurements, but we don't have the measurements on the drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and create a table again and use that information. So one side, I'm going to go ahead and label that inches, and one side is feet. So again, I can use the 2 inches representing 10 feet. I can use that, or I can use the simplified version, dividing by 2, which is going to give me 1 inch representing 5 feet. Both sides divide by 2. So I can use the 1 inch representing 5 feet. However, when I go to my picture, the real tower is 15 feet tall. It's 15 feet wide, 15 feet wide. So I'm going to put that under my feet column, and this is times 3. So I'm going to multiply this by 3 and get 3 inches. So the drawing is 3 inches wide. Now the real tower is 60 feet tall, and I'm going to go ahead and find the measurement, the same measurement on the drawing. I can continue and use the same table. So I know that I'm going to be using 60 feet. So I'm going to find how to get from 5 to 60, which probably we can do it off the top of our head. That is times 12. But if you didn't know how to find it, you can easily go ahead and do 60 divided by 5, which will give you this link times 12. So every time you have numbers that you don't know off the top of your head, you can easily divide 60 by 5 in this case, and that will give me 12. So that's 5 times 12, and I can double check that on my calculator. 5 times 12 is equal to 60. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1 times 12 on this side, and that's going to give me 12 inches. So on the drawing, The drawing of this tower is 12 inches tall. So I hope this is helpful. This answers both parts of this question. I hope this was helpful. Thank you. See you later.